Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Searching for Happiness podcast. I am your host, Joseph Grable, and today I have with me Filmmaker Seymour. How are you doing today, man?
Doing good, man.
Good.
Happy to be here.
I'm glad, man. For you who don't know, which pretty much means every single one of you, he's like my next door neighbor, but he works in the film business, so
Yep.
you know, you gotta network where you can.
We go to the same barber.
That's true. We do. We go to the same barber, our other next door neighbor.
And our dogs are lovers.
Yes, the gay lovers.
The gay lovers. So we're pretty close.
Kobe and Stan.
Kobe and Stan, man. You're killing it.
Yeah, you killed it, man. Well, either way, man, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. I've been wanting to have you on for a while. I'm glad you hit me up what was it, like last week? You hit me? Yeah. And I was like, instantly, I was like, yeah, dude, we can do it next week. Trust me, we can do it next week.
We're sitting at I'm on the TV show Botched, season 8.
Mm-hmm.
So when they do plastic surgery to help like people correct either mutations or freak fucking accidents or just botched plastic surgery. And myself and the production crew, I mean, obviously we're spending 12, 14-hour days together. And a few of them have a couple different podcasts, and they've taken a break from it for a while. And they're like, yo, we need to start this back up. Like, we have all this extra time. We're chilling on certain days when we're sitting at green screen. They're like, we can just write scripts, roll something out. And I was like, fuck. I was like, you know, there's a podcast. I was like, my neighbor's got one. I was like, I need to hit him the fuck up. See, you know, obviously I've never done one myself.
Yeah.
But seeing that they already have the experience with it, I was like, you know, might as well go see what the fuck's going on.
Right.
Oh, what's up, man? Happy to have you.
Oh, Kobe makes an appearance.
Yeah.
He knows Seymour very well, but this shows how skittish my dog is if you can see him in the camera. And now he's back at me.
Doing good.
But yeah, man, honestly, dude, podcasting is such not only like a good way to escape, but like a great way to learn something new too. You know, like whether that be talking to somebody, post-production, like doing all the editing and the sound. Like I tell people all the time, like I feel like I learned more from doing this about post-production than I did film school.
I'm sure
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, hands-on.
Exactly.
The experience outbeats anything that you could read in a fucking book.
Good podcasting is just like a good way to like escape and learn new skills and meet new people too. Like I met so many new people since I started podcasting, man. And like those people have turned me on to other people. And like, of course, I haven't had like most of them on as guests because like that's the thing I didn't anticipate about podcasting is it's a continuous thing, but it's like you have to have the people to do it because you don't want to like bring on like the same like 5 people, you know what I mean? And so
or at least if you do, give them change of clothes.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so but podcasting has been a great way for me to escape, and I've learned more from this than I did editing at my own film school, which is kind of weird since I spent a lot of money to be there, but at the same time I guess it kind of shows that you don't need school to do things.
It's true.
Especially in the film business, you know what I mean? So nevertheless, man, I think podcasting is such a good way. You should start your own for sure. It's even if it's like with like, you know, poor quality or whatever. It's like just get started.
I think the poor quality actually hits harder on TikTok, to be honest.
Really?
It's those shitty videos that do
fair.
the best.
That's fair.
As long as you got good audio, I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, it's true. No, that is true. Yeah, no, you could like record. That was my biggest thing is I went to like audio only when I first started, and you can record like off your iPhone, and I wish I would have just done that and started with that instead. You know what I mean? Because Kobe.
Hi.
Because like you just, I don't know, man. There's something about just getting started, and the sooner you do it, the faster it's gonna happen. Even if it still takes like 20 years.
Dude, that's fucking true with everything.
Yeah.
You gotta get started, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's gonna get annoying during this show, man.
Hi. You're like a little bird. You want to sit up here?
This is what he does every episode. Lately, I've been having Sabrina home.
Yeah.
So he'll just chill with her and watch like Vampire Diaries or something in the bedroom.
Up?
But he used to come on the set on the podcast with me all the time. Like my whole first season, he was like on every episode, but it was audio only. So
I think you need to make him a host.
I know, host Kobe.
With Kobe.
Well, it's like some videos I have too. He's just like resting on my shoulder, like sleeping right here. I'm like, this is so cute.
You can get some extra hits with that tag. Just putting Kobe in there.
Oh, this is probably not gonna lie, probably. But no, for real though, man. Again, thank you so much for coming. And
Absolutely.
you know, I may know you, but you know, obviously the audience doesn't know you. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me what you do in production. You know, how's that going? I know you kind of just said it's more on the consistent side now. So.
Well, for sure. So this is like a fucking unicorn of a show, especially in Los Angeles. So working on the TV show Botched. I'm a production assistant right now.
Awesome.
I am working towards becoming associate producer and or production coordinator, whichever comes first, wherever that opportunity opens up, especially on this show.
Right.
Yo, bro, you a ham. Yeah. So that's what I'm working towards right now, but also I've got a background with the music industry. I worked for Warner Music for a while, just doing new artists, like new budding young artists, like Gen Z artists. You know, all sorts of shit, dude.
Yeah. Kobe, you're making the job a bit difficult, buddy. Getting up in everyone's face. Hey, man, honestly, I would take that as a compliment because he never does.
I know. He
never does that with my guests at all. He's. I think you're the first person, besides like my buddy Hutch that I have coming on later through the season. He's really comfortable with Hutch because Hutch comes over quite often. But like, you're the only other person that he's like this with. You see, he's just cruising. He's just chilling.
Man. It's trust. I like that.
It's trust. Wow.
I appreciate that you.
He's like, you know my man. You my man's papa. You know what I mean?
Chilling now. We cool. But yeah, man. Other than production, I had a real background prior to working in the entertainment industry in marketing. So I helped build a company out in Colorado. I'm originally from Florida, so I couldn't stand the fucking weather there. I was like, I want to go to California. But I didn't have any money, so
yeah, that's fair.
I was just like graduate high school or graduate college, and then somehow landed a job in Colorado working for this company that rented out camper vans. So I jumped in with them. They were brand new when I found them, and we, Maggie and I actually went on. I think it was my 25th birthday. We went out for like a week and a half in one of these campers, and we. While on the trip, just made a whole list of things that we would do differently. And be like, hey, it's hard to find you on the website. I'd love to help you. Here's a little plan of something that I could, help you out with. And he hired me on the spot. So I was like, fuck it. I guess we're moving to Colorado.
Damn. So you and Maggie have been together for a long time.
We've been together for a minute. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Coming up on 6 years.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. That's
Hell
what's
yeah.
up. She's a very nice woman.
Thank you. She's amazing.
Yeah. Every time I see her, every time I see her, she's so great.
Yeah,
she's so kind.
She's dope as fuck.
And she works at Universal right now.
She does, yeah. She's on the facility side of Universal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's a program manager over there.
Oh, cool.
So she's killing it.
That's awesome.
So we both work in the entertainment industry now.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I'm excited for you guys. Do you guys? I know you live here at this location, but do you guys plan on moving out of Hollywood anytime soon?
Hell, fucking yeah. We dream about it all the
time. It's so funny because me and Sabrina dream about it too. We're like, oh, I can't wait. But it's really weird explaining it to somebody that doesn't live in Hollywood because to them it's like, what do you mean? Like it's so fancy and glitz and glamoury. I was like,
bro, they don't even wash the fucking streets. Bro, that vomit and shit will sit there for months.
I literally walked past Phil's coffee this morning, like on the side of the wall. It's just like
diarrhea, bro. This explosive diarrhea. It was hard, dude. Even walk into the gym, the 24-hour fitness right here.
Oh, okay.
Dude, fat diarrhea. Just right on the fucking sidewalk. Just.
I saw literally. I was running one morning, early morning, and I was right by the lighthouse exhibit, right next to CNN building, and I was running, and this homeless dude is just crouched over like this is the wall, and he's crouched over, right. I'm like, what is this man doing? I'm like, what? I'm probably 20 feet from him. And all of a sudden he just yaks all over the wall. I'm like, I'm going to go the opposite way and take the long way to school.
Yeah, I'm just going to walk by.
That's
cool.
That's LA for it. That's Hollywood for it.
Dude, Hollywood's fucking nasty.
So
when someone says, it's Holly weird, I really think they need to reframe that. And put it more so it's just fucking dirty. Hollywood is dirty.
It's super dirty.
I thought prior to the pandemic, our friend lived here. She lived in apartment 8. And we'd come out and visit her from Colorado when we were trying to get away from the fucking snow. And we'd fly out here, and she'd take us around. She's very social. She's got a socialite for sure. Hey, homie, you wanna go over there?
Just chill out, Kobe. Just chill out, all right? Just chill out. Take a seat.
Okay, you can sit there. There you go. We can win you there. There you go.
He's like, I get both of them if I sit right
I'm
here.
gonna sit right in the middle. But yeah, so she was a socialite, and she would take us out to all these different places, and it was all walking distance. We're like, oh, this is fucking sick. Like where we lived in Colorado was just outside of Denver, of like downtown, and couldn't walk anywhere. There was like nothing close. Like if you don't live in downtown Denver, you're not close to anything.
Yeah.
So having to drive everywhere, we're like, well, this kind of sucks. This is a nice change. We fucking move here. And I'm like, I don't want to go to any of these places anyways.
Right. Hollywood is definitely crazy.
Hollywood's
it's
nasty.
weird.
Just
and it's nasty, and people here are not nice at all.
No.
Not at all.
You can't say hi to nobody
No,
without
you
being
can't.
like, you want to get stabbed? And you're like,
Or
"No, I'm
like,
good."
and like, oh my gosh, dude, for real. Or it's like, before when I was like single, I would like, when I'd be walking, I'd be like, oh, I love your dress. And people just give you like the snootiest looks and comments, and you're like, I mean, I just complimented you and technically didn't even hit on you, so I don't know why you're fucking mad. I just said I liked your dress. Like I was like, it looks fucking cool.
I feel like there are, I saw it on something on TikTok. It was like, West Coasters are East Coasters are not nice. Fuck, what was it? It'll come to me. I'll skip that.
It's all good.
But it's basically like West Coast, they're like nice to your face, but they won't go out of their way to help you.
Yeah.
East Coast, they're not nice to your face, but they will go out of their way to help you.
That sounds about right, bro.
Like it's
Honestly.
very facey here. Like everyone's very fake. But not in a bad way. Like they're just doing it to like not stir the pot or not hurt your feelings. It's like a different sort of just
I agree.
social conscience out here, I guess would be a way to put it.
Yeah.
Just they would rather tell you yes to all your plans and then not show up and then be like, nah, I don't want to go to it. It's cool.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. Sounds like Los Angeles to a T.
Yes.
Sounds like people in Los Angeles to a T.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's interesting. It's hard to make friends here too, because you don't. I think it was like, I think it was Steve Harvey or something like that, and he was like, people like stay in your lives for like seasons. No, it was Tyler Perry. Sorry,
Okay.
It was Tyler Perry, and he was like, I want people to know that like some people are just like meant to stay in your life for seasons, and I feel like that's like 95% of the people you meet in LA.
I agree. I definitely.
Like they're just meant for seasons of your life or to get you on to the next point. Or it's like even like I have friends that I've been friends with for 4 years that like we're all kind of phasing out of being friends. Because one, either we're just on different like industry spectrums and we're just busy now, or either I realize that they're fake and they just rather tell me yes just to please me and then not show up, like you said. So I'm kind of dipping people like that now too. And like, I don't know, I've just been very more self-conscious of like my surroundings, or self-aware of my surroundings. And so I don't know, I notice when people are being fake to me now.
Yeah.
Like I just shot like a thesis and like some people were being fake and I was like, I'm not an idiot, dog. Like I know.
You can hurt my feelings. It's okay.
Right? Like I was like, like honestly, I would rather someone go the East Coast way, like be mean to my face.
Like, no, I'm not gonna do your fucking podcast.
Yeah. I would rather someone be like, no, I don't want to waste my time on your thesis, than be like, yeah, I'll show up and then not show up. Yeah. I'd rather have someone be like, yeah, no, I just don't want to do it. I'd be like, okay, man, cool.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's crazy about me is like, personally for me, like if someone's honest with me, like I can't really get mad at them. Like I can get mad, but like I'm not going to show them that I'm mad because they're being honest with me.
Yeah.
But I'll get mad if like I find out you're lying and like you screwed me over. Like I'm going to be mad about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been realizing that a lot lately too. And it's crazy. I don't know about you. Do you feel like it's like a weird time to be alive at the moment. Like, I know like the last few years have just been a weird time in general.
Yeah.
But like at the moment, like I just feel like so many things are like shifting at once, at least in my life. Like I'm losing so many friends, but gaining so many friends at once.
I think there's just different, transitions in your life for sure. How old are you?
24.
24? Okay. I just turned 30 this year.
Oh, okay.
So in my experience, I found there was a huge shift around 2025. That's when I moved away. And that's when all of like my real friends who kept the fuck on and like we still check in, those are my homies. Like I've got friends that are, 10 plus years. We've been kicking it and they've grown with me. And they've changed themselves like for the better. And I'm like, yeah, I'm glad we're still not doing the same shit that we were doing when we were fucking 18, 19. I was like, that's a fucking problem when you're 25, 30 now and you're not progressing.
Yeah.
Like that's a huge, huge thing. And definitely, I mean, yeah, there's a huge shift and transition between 25 and like 28. I remember, that was right before the pandemic. There was a huge shift. I mean, people getting married, people having kids, people just changing or, turning into their parents. Like
my thing is people just like keep changing a lot. So
yeah.
I'm like, it's a weird, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm about to graduate too. And I'm just like, it's just that like shift in your life that just
for sure
inevitably happens.
That the whole ecosystem of being at university or being in school is like you're around like-minded people around a similar age, all doing the same thing, and then you're in this like nebula that's just that one universe, and then you go out into the real world and everyone's got their own shit going on, and then you just like cram a bunch of people together on a production from different fucking backgrounds with all sorts of fucking problems. And there's like people who overshare too much, there's people who don't share at all, there's fucking quiet reserved people, there's the really loud obnoxious guy, and then you have all these people just like jammed together, and it's like, oh, this is the real world. This is like no one gives a fuck. Like I have my own problems, but I need to show up and do my fucking job.
Right.
And not everyone fucking gets that. Like a lot of people
don't.
show up and they bring all their baggage with them to work. And it's like, that's the real world.
Yeah, it is. I think the biggest like mind blown to me in my life was realizing that this was adulthood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're like, when is it gonna start?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it started like 4 years ago. I just still feel like a kid because that's what all my people my age probably still feel like.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. Like for me, it's a weird transition graduating because I've been in school since I was like in kindergarten, obviously, but I never left school, and I'm 24 now. So I've done almost like 6 years of college, and I'm just like over it. Like,
yeah.
And so like I'm over it, but I've never experienced like I've experienced working full time, but going to school at the same time. I've experienced that grind, but I've never experienced just working full time.
Yep.
Like it's
or begging for your next fucking job.
Yeah.
You work in a freelance industry and you have to
freelance is rough.
Think about what your next job is to put food on the fucking table.
Yeah.
Like that is to me the biggest trip. Like
that's
there's some thrill in it. Don't get me wrong. Like I personally kind of like that because it kind of keeps it fresh for me. Like I enjoy working outdoors. Like I love being on an active film set. Like the worst days on this production are days that we're like locked in a fucking pre-built studio.
Yeah.
And we're there for 14 hours. I'm just like, like I go in before the sun comes up and we get out when the sun's down, and you're just like, well, that was my whole day. It's just like locked indoors with like incandescent light, or just that's, I'm very blessed. That is like the least favorable day that I work.
Yeah.
So I'm very lucky on that. But, our entire career field is all networking. It's all, who you know, what you know, and how you can help or how you can be helpful to someone else. And, I think it'll be a refreshing switch probably for you leaving school and just diving right into it. 'Cause my degree is not in anything that I'm doing now. Mine's in like hospitality and event management. So
I think that's like a really good great degree to have though, because now you know how to
work.
Yeah, you know how to work with people. Like
correct.
Like you know how to deal with like assholes, and you know how to deal with super
Ego.
nice people and super huge egos.
Yeah.
Super huge egos.
Yeah.
And like, that's my thing. So actually, as I'm graduating, I'm currently looking for an office job because like,
you want something a little bit more stable.
I want something more stable because like the last 2 years I have been doing freelance, and
Have you done casting? Anything in casting? That shit's awesome. Or travel coordinator. That's some fire shit right there.
Really?
Yeah.
I mainly just do like freelance, like assistant directing, or like,
That's cool.
yeah. Sometimes I'll do like assistant camera stuff, but I don't really like working with the camera because I'm afraid I'll like fuck something up really bad.
I mean, if you're not fucking up, you're not learning.
It's true. It's true. It's different when you're like on a multi-million-dollar set, though.
It is true, but I've got some. I work with a few ACs that can easily cam op and have cam opped in the past, but they're really good at what they do, and they're still nervous to be like, yeah, let me op this. Because they too are like, hey, I don't want to fuck this up. And they've been doing it for 7 years, like full time. Like they live and breathe fucking cameras, and they're still like, what if I fuck up?
Right.
But like, so I think that really, to me, that shows someone who is, nervous to fuck up, because you make sure start that over. They're worried about fucking up. And I think that shows that you're a person who really cares about your work and you want to put your best foot forward. I'd be more nervous if someone's like, yeah, I can fucking do that. Like, no problem.
Right.
Like, that's too cocky. Like, there's so much shit that can go wrong on a film set. And then, the cam op or the DP is not competent, and their ego gets involved. And then now everyone's day is fucked up because they can't settle something, they can't fix something, or they were overconfident with themselves. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. I always think too, like my mom always used to say, if your dreams don't scare you, they aren't big enough.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that always stuck in my head. I was like, that's true. So like, now that you like kind of, when you were speaking about that kind of like jolted back in my head what my mom said about that. And I guess you're right. Like, if you're uncomfortable, like that's not a bad
dream
thing.
it, you fucking dreamers.
Yes, do it. Dream. Just start playing that dream song from Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
It's a throwback. Holy fuck. I remember the first Spy Kids movie.
Oh, dude.
They had the microwavable McDonald's meal. There was like a flat piece of paper.
Everybody wanted to try it.
Beep.
I remember that.
Fucking, was it Machete? Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's the guy from Spy Kids, not knowing who the fuck he really was. That's a trip.
That's my thing, dude. When they like Spy Kids, that was like my shit, dude. Spy Kids. I met the guy who played Judy.
Oh, no shit.
Or Junie or whatever. Judy, was it Judy?
I don't know.
I
know who you're talking about, though.
The ginger boy, yeah.
Judy,
like, the guy with the red hair,
thumbs?
yeah. So I met him, but obviously he's an adult.
Yeah.
Super funny dude. He jokes about himself all the fucking time. I'm like, this is great. But he was a really nice guy. But it's really trippy to see a Spy Kid in front of you.
I find it interesting how people do react, or how they like fangirl over certain people. Have you met anyone that you fucking fanned over, or that you were like, oh, that's cool?
Everyone, I've kept it in.
Yeah.
But I've definitely been fangirling. But I think the one where like I thought I was gonna blow it, but ended up going really well. I met Bill Hader.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like for a film job or nothing. I was just like at a grocery store.
Oh shit.
Like I was just like at Whole Foods, and I was just running to like go use the bathroom. I have like 3 different stories about going to the grocery store, right? The celebrities doing the same.
Which one? The one down here on Santa Monica?
No, it's.
Is it?
Burbank? Where were we driving? I think it was North Hollywood.
Okay.
I don't know. I was driving
North
somewhere,
Hollywood,
and I just
Burbank,
like
right there.
Yeah. I literally just stopped at like the
over near Disney's, right? Near Buena Vista.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. We were just. I think I was like driving my girl somewhere, and I just had to go to the bathroom. It was the first place I saw. So I was like, all right. But he was like walking out the same time I was walking out, and I was like, that's fucking Bill Hader, bro. And so I actually said something. I never really say anything because I hate when people do that.
Yeah.
It looks annoying. So I can't imagine actually.
He seems like a chill guy, though.
Yeah, but no, Bill Hader. And he rolled his eyes at first. I was like, okay. But then I was like, can I just like talk to you for like 2 minutes? Like I didn't ask for a photo. I just asked if I could talk to him, and he's like, whole mood changed.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, cool. He's like, I thought you were gonna ask for a photo. I was like,
No.
I just want to talk to you. I was like, I gotta go too. Like I got stuff to do.
I gotta piss so bad, but like just 2 minutes.
Yeah. Like I was like, come on, man. Like, and no, he was really cool. That one, like I was trying to keep it in and had a really hard time because I love Bill Hader. But every other celebrity I've met, I'm like, I see him at grocery stores. I don't even like bother saying anything.
Let him do that. I don't want.
I
feel like I'm bothering him.
I was. Last Halloween, Jeremy Renner was like right behind me, like with a cart full of alcohol, like to the top, like a full cart of like White Claws, hard liquor, like Trulies, like Bud Light. Like I was like, okay. I was like, somebody's having a Halloween party.
Hell yeah, dude.
I was like, hell yeah. But it was Hawkeye. He did not look in a good mood, dude. I was like, I'm not gonna say shit.
This guy's gonna pay for my groceries.
I'm like, oh no, dude. Jeremy said he put on his tab.
Jeremy said he'll pay for my shit. Thanks, man.
But no, dude, I find it. I run into celebrities more often. I realize I run into celebrities more often than most people do that live out here. Cause like they'll be like, you ran into a celebrity. I'll be like, you haven't. Like I'm like,
dude, I mean, again, Hollywood is weird.
It's weird,
and I don't like it all the time. But there are perks, and there's just being here in California in general. You
just gotta catch it. Like every time I met a celebrity, is catching them at doing normal people things, like going to the grocery store or pumping gas.
Mine have all been opposites.
Really?
I've seen Mario Lopez once out in public. He was way shorter than I thought. But all my other ones have been, mine are more so music artists. Working for Warner and like doing podcasts and having people come on those shows or do music videos. And I guess I've met them more on their field, like their home turf. And they've always been really fucking laid back, really genuine. But yeah, no, not so much actors. I've seen Bill Hader and Adam Sandler and Seth Rogen together on the same golf cart at the Sony lot.
Oh, wow.
When I was working on Shark Tank.
Oh, wow.
And they were fucking driving around just clowning on people. They had people in fucking tears. I saw them going down between a couple of the stages. They'd stop, like look around, see some workers, be like, yo, what's up, man? Blah, blah. Just rattling. I mean, imagine 3 fucking like pen masters.
Yeah.
Just roasting people. It was absolutely incredible to see.
I would say I'd hate to be at the end of those jokes, but actually I would love that because then I could say, oh, I got roasted by Seth Rogen, Bill Hader, and Adam Sandler.
So they filmed Barry season 3 and 2 at the Sony lot.
Are Adam Sandler and Seth Rogen like executive producers or something?
I don't know on that show, but I do know their main office is at the Sony lot. Like they have a permanent office there.
Oh,
yep.
Okay.
So we see them quite often. Just personal vehicles. Adam Sandler drives a black Cadillac-esque golf cart. Thing is souped up. It is so fast. Dude comes flying through there. His assistant and his manager are always flying around the lot doing that shit.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's awesome though, dude. It's so weird because like you get used to seeing celebrities and then it doesn't become a big deal. And then you try explaining that to other people and they don't get it. Yeah. Like they're like, I'm like, no. I'm like, it's like a relationship.
Yeah.
It's like it's super exciting at first, but eventually it dies down. You know what I mean?
And you gotta make it interesting.
You gotta make it interesting. I was like, it's like for me, for instance, when I see a celebrity, I'm that guy that's like, I don't want to talk to them. Like Sabrina, like, so when me and Sabrina got married in Malibu, the day we got married, we were walking back to the car with her family and Megan Fox with her dad. I think it was probably her dad. This dude was like old. And she was like walking by, and Sabrina like freaked out. She's like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "Shut up!" I was like, "This beach is filled with people." Yeah. I was like, "I'm sure Megan Fox does not want you screaming her name." I was like, "I don't care if you want a wedding dress."
Yeah.
I was like, "Ain't nobody gonna enjoy that. You screaming their name across the beach."
Yep.
And she's like, "Oh yeah," but that was probably like the only incident time where I'm like, in my perimeter, caused a scene with like a celebrity, but she was still really nice. She waved her hand. She's like, "Hi."
I forgot a funny story. This just popped into my head. So we were doing a podcast, or actually it was a show called Fresh Pair, on Uprocks, which is a subset or a company that was bought out by Warner Music. And the gist of the show is there's a Caddy Customs. Shout out to you. She will design a pair of shoes and like a custom pair of Nikes for the artist that's coming on the show. They'll basically just chat it up, talk about what they're working on, what not, talk about, hip hop industry. And at the end, they'll Caddy will gift them these shoes and they'll do like an unveiling of it. Well, they had the game on.
Which was this again?
This was through Uprocks.
Oh, Uprocks.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
The show is called Fresh Pair. It's on YouTube. You can definitely check it out.
I think I've heard. It sounds familiar.
Yeah. Well, we had the game on there. And he's not necessarily a soft dude. And I had to go grab some special liquor for them. And I came back from the store and they were out back smoking a blunt. And they were like, his team was like, his entourage was with him. And prior to all this, all the producers came to me. They're like, hey, like, don't be jumpy. Like, you're not dealing with just anybody here today. Homie's real as they get. So, be careful. They're like, all right, cool. Noted. Well, his entourage was walking out the back door after they'd done smoking a blunt. And I'm coming up with just like 4 fucking heavy ass bags of just liquor and champagne and shit for them. And I had already, talked to them in the morning, got their orders and everything. I was like talking to them in the green room. And so they're coming out of the back of the studio door. And if that door closed, I'd have to walk all the way around to the front of the studio, which is like a quarter mile. It's fucking long. Like from where we have to park, there's one shortcut. And if that door is locked, that's it. And I don't have my radio on. So he was like the last one walking in through the door. And so like I'm trying to like close the distance between me and this fucking door. I was like, yo, game. I was like, yo, hold the door. And I've got these bags in my hand. And he turns around, pulls up his fucking shirt. And I just dropped the bags. I was like, don't shoot me, bro. And he's like, what the fuck? And his posse that he's with, his entourage, they come running out super fucking fast. And they look at me. I'm like, yo. I was like, thankfully, none of the shit that I had broke.
That's
by
crazy.
the way, like
none of it broke.
None of it broke.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I was like, yo, no shoot.
That was your lucky day, dog.
Yo, and one of his guys is like, bro, you almost got shot by the game. And I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, I'm just trying to get in the door. I was like, I thought y'all would remember me from this morning. I'm the only white dude on this whole show. Like, I got 2 bags. I'm running up to you. Like, come with gifts.
I don't think out of all the people too, I don't think the white guy is gonna come at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we're over in like Culver City. Like it's not bad. It's a good area. And so I go in and they're all fucking laughing. They thought it was the funniest shit because I was just fucking dude. I'm already pale, but I turned paler. I was just like, fuck, I'm gonna get shot. That was stupid. I was just trying to get the fucking door, but. Yeah, so I almost got shot by the game. That was fun.
Hey, if you would have survived, then you
I
could've
know
told people
that would
you
have
got
been
shot by the game.
That would have been instant boost to credibility.
Instant career boost.
Get some good workman's comp too,
Right? Oh, that would have been a headache.
But don't run up on celebrities.
Yeah, don't do that.
Even if you've already met them earlier in the day, they're not gonna fucking.
They do not care.
Yeah, they might not remember you, and that could go really bad for you.
Yeah.
But I went in and I told the producers and the director, and they were like, "Bro, we fucking told you this morning, like, homie's a real gangster. You could get your ass shot." I was like, I had bags. I looked non-threatening. I was like, I didn't have a mask on. I'm the nerdiest white dude on this entire fucking set. I was like, I really thought, I'd be all right. I was like, but I was wrong.
That's a good story, though. I think that's a really good story.
By far one of my favorite, memories of working over at Warner Music. They're an awesome group. Shout out to everyone over there. But shit, yeah. Don't run up on celebrities. You never know what kind of day they're fucking having. They are humans too.
It's true. No, that's so true though. Like celebrity encounters, I've seen some gnarly ones. Like I've seen celebrities and that people try to talk to, and it's just it does not go well sometimes. Like, it's like,
What was the most recent one? Was James Corden.
oh boy.
Homie's always in the news for being an asshole.
I have a homie that's met James Corden, and he says he is a grade A asshole.
We have an AC that sometimes Day plays on our show that works on the James Corden show. We're going to leave his name out of this because I don't want him to lose his job.
No, of course not.
But spends countless hours with this guy and can't confirm all the everything is true. He's a great guy.
He's fantastic. James Corden's the best in the business. No, like, I think he's always been like that though. Like, I like when all that when he got banned from the restaurant, I was like, okay. I was like, I've heard a million stories about this guy being a dick.
Yeah.
Like a straight dick. I was like, I gotta like dig a little deep into this guy. That dude has been a twat since the day he became a celebrity.
Dude,
like,
it's true.
Like when he was a teenager, like I'd read reports about like encounters that them had when he was doing his like show in the UK or whatever. I don't remember what the name of it was. It made him famous though as a teenager. And I just read like, dude, you get on Reddit on a James Corden section. Oh no.
They get roasted.
Bro, I spent like 3 hours just reading Reddit on James Corden. And I'm like, this man is horrendous. Like,
and I don't know why, like, Maggie and I were actually just talking about this the other night. Not only in the film and music industry, but, you know, in other industries, you're rewarded for being an asshole. Mm-hmm. Like, they see that as you being a good leader. Whereas a good leader is someone who is emotionally intelligent, that can read the fucking room, that cares about others. Like, the people that I look up to, who I personally believe are really good leaders, especially on my current team, are people that genuinely give a fuck. And the people who don't are always the people who get fucking promoted. Why is that true? Why do we live in a society where we will reward something so negative or something so non-positive?
Exactly. And dude, like, that's my frustration, like, especially since I started to graduate. Like, you know, like, I'm a human being. I get jealous. Like, I get jealous of my friends. You know, people do. And, you know, sometimes I'll be like, oh, you know, like, this person's doing more than, and blah, blah, blah. And, like, I get frustrated because I know some of those people are, like, grade A assholes. And, like, I mean, every person that I'm talking about, like, I'm not friends with anymore anyway. So, like, if you're listening to this, I'm not talking about you. Unless you're snooping on my profile, then I'm definitely talking about you. But, no, like, for real, like, I really noticed that, too. That's what frustrates me. That's why I have such that's why I have such a hard time sometimes wanting to continue this career. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like out of some of the industries, I feel like business, music, and film get rewarded the most for being the most asshole. Who's the biggest asshole?
I'm gonna change that shit though.
Same.
And
I'm trying.
I really do believe that our generation, you know, we're the future of this, you know, industry, and we do have the power to change that. We're starting to get people who are younger into these, you know, leadership roles, and I do believe that we can change that. And I personally see it within, you know, my direct role that I have right now. Prior to landing this show with the Evolution production, I was done with film and TV. I was just like, fuck this. I was like, there are so many assholes here. I'm like, the nepotism.
Oh my!
Like, I can work my ass off, but it doesn't matter because so and so knows someone here, and they grew up here. They have all these connections. Like, being an outsider, moving to LA to work in this industry, you can immediately tell who they are because of how they work. I haven't met a single person who's from outside of LA that doesn't work hard. And I could definitely tell the East Coasters from the West Coasters just by, you know, how they act on set.
I can easily tell who's from LA and who's not. Easily, instantly. Like, and, you know, there's nothing wrong with, like, getting help, right? But here's the thing about film and music assholes is they'll take the help, but they'll act like they did it all themselves. They act like they are some self-made person. I was like, no, dude, like,
You played someone to get here.
You literally, either your mommy put you here, or you paid somebody, or your daddy paid somebody to put you here. Like,
yeah, there's
like I don't know how to. I think it's Dutch. I don't want to butcher her name, but Zoe Dutch. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't.
Leanne Rimes' daughter from Back to the Future. So her daughter, you'll recognize her face. She's super famous, dude.
All right, let me Google it real quick.
But my friend and I, my friend Hannah.
What's her name again?
Zoe, Zoey, Dutch, I think, Deutch.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think she's that. Me and my friend were talking, and we don't think she's that great of an actress, but her mom was literally the main actress from Back to the Future.
Got you. Lee Thompson.
Lee Thompson.
Aaliyah.
Yeah. I'm thinking of the singer, Leanne.
Oh, shit. She's from Not Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she's from, but I'm not saying she doesn't work hard or anything. Like, I'm sure she works really hard at what she does. But it's people like that. You know what I mean? And then sometimes they play it off like you'll meet people that benefit in ways that, say, Zoe does. Zoe, I mean, she's great. I think she works hard. I just don't think, I think there are way more talented people out there that could easily take her movies. I feel like she benefits hugely from nepotism.
Oh, yeah.
But she denies it in public. That's the thing. She denies it.
There's some people who are aware, and some people who aren't.
She's like, I work so hard. I'm like, no one's saying you don't work hard, honey. People are just saying your mommy and daddy put you there. There's a difference.
There's what is the show? It's similar to like Selling Sunset. I think it's like Selling Beverly Hills.
Selling OC.
Selling similar, but it's like a spin-off. It's
it's some Netflix show. We know.
Yeah. And it's the daughter of the owner of this company. They're like, the first season all is mostly about her, how she's trying to fit into the business, and everyone's like, you're fine. Like, you don't even have to fucking work.
Yeah.
Like, your dad's.
You could literally like chew gum all day and put it under the desk. Yeah. And have your daddy have someone clean that while you just continue to do that.
Dude, and you see how she feels like she's doing her best, and she is trying her best to be a real estate agent and to, work really hard and make, a good name for the company. But then you look at everyone else who had to work to get there, to get that spot, to become an agent with this, company. And they're light years ahead of her. And it's like, dude, you've been around all this. You could have picked up game. You could have learned a lot more than you do now. And she just fails so hard. But she's not aware that, she has an opportunity to do something great and to be here, whereas everyone else had to work really hard to get where she was. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of that in Hollywood. There's a lot of that within this industry. Whereas, in business or in hospitality and, theme parks even, there's not that nepotism of like, hey, this is my son. He's going to come work for us now. Whereas in this industry, they're like, hey, I'm the executive. I'm the showrunner. I know so-and-so, or I'm the studio head. Here's my kid, or here's my kid's friend that, needs to be on the show. Like, I was working with, I forget the name of the show, but it was on the Sony lot again. And one of the PAs showed up in a brand new Model Y, like top of the line, like the plaid edition. And I was just blown away. I'm like, oh, I was like, what do you do? He's like, oh, my dad's the showrunner. I was like, oh, weird. I was like, we are not the same. And the level of work that those people put in is nowhere near to. Yeah. They're playing the game, but I just rather them be aware of it and be like, hey, I'm fucking lucky to be here because I got so-and-so and I'm going to do a good job.
Yeah. Just like, fuck. I don't know if you and Maggie are going to have kids eventually, but me and Sabrina plan on having kids eventually. And I know I'm going to be stuck here for a while.
Yeah.
That is like my biggest fear is for my kids to grow up and turn out like that.
Dude, I don't want
Biggest fear. Biggest fear. Like, I know, like, down in my heart that I'm going to have money by the time my kids are my age. Like, money.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm going to work super hard to get there.
None of it.
Yeah, I would get a shitload of it, man. But they fucking, I swear, dude, if my kids are little shitheads like that, oh my goodness. I know that's really frowned upon in society now, but I don't care. Like, I deal with people like this on a daily.
There's people that I work with that I can immediately tell they've never been punched in the face. And
oh, yes. Same.
And I'm like, dude, just like, you can't just run your mouth like that. Like, you can't say shit like that. And they do, and no one calls them on their shit. I'm not going to be the person to do that. It's not my problem. Mm-hmm. Stay in my lane. Just keep doing my shit. But there's a lot of politics within the film industry and how people, act one way or say yes or, lie to your face and then turn around to do whatever to, help further them and their career.
See, my thing is like, I don't care where you come from. I don't care if you have money or not. I don't care, the color of your skin, blah, blah. Like, my level for everyone, like, respect starts at, like, ground zero. Like, I instantly give you respect. Like, okay, I don't let you earn it. But, like, whether you're, and have nepotism, deal with nepotism, or, sorry, let me rephrase that. Let me go back real quick. Like, I don't know. I just don't judge people based on, like, their skin tone, the color, how much they make, what they do. And I always have to start at, like, ground zero with people. But I quickly learn who needs to be punched in the face and who doesn't need to be punched in the face. So quickly, dude. And, I will always start out with, like, I respect you. I respect your work, this and that. But when I actually start working with you, I'm going to pay attention to every little thing. Especially if I don't want this to sound weird, but especially if you have more than me, I'm going to pay extra close attention to you.
Oh, yeah.
Because I want to know
what
you did to get there.
Exactly. I'm trying to figure out the blueprint. But if I realize that you're just sitting in a corner on your phone the whole time because your daddy runs the show, how am I supposed to learn from you? How am I supposed to respect you? You don't even respect your own parent or the own person that put you in this position. I have executives on my show that when our hands are full and we're running gear, they pick it up and they walk it or they run it. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, my hands are full, but I'm just like, no. I was like, no. I was like, it's good. Don't worry about it.
That's
like,
awesome.
The executives shouldn't have to. But when you do see your leaders jump in, offer an extra hand. Obviously, we're not asking them to carry anything fucking heavy.
Yeah.
But, like, they'll grab an umbrella. They'll grab a chair. They'll grab an Apple box. Every once in a while, they'll grab a C stand or an RE stand and be like, hey, I'm helping you guys. Like, let's, especially when we're in the field and we're shooting. There are times that the executive, like, dude who is backing the fucking show with his own money is picking up stuff on set. And I'm like, whoa. And there's other executives that don't lift a finger. So
don't even look at you.
No.
Like, literally, like, there's been some executives I've dealt with, like, they'll talk to you, but they won't look at you while they talk to you.
Yeah.
They'll do anything other than look at you while they talk to you. Literally, I had this one exec, he was, like, texting. He's like, yeah, Joseph, yeah. I was like, all right, whatever. And then as he was putting his phone down, I was like, oh, okay, maybe he'll make eye contact. He immediately switched to his notepad in his back pocket. I was like,
yep. Dude, but again, this is a unicorn of a fucking show. Like, everyone that we work with on this show, I really don't think I'll find another moment like this in time. Like, I really do find it really special because, like I said, the executives are doing things that they shouldn't be having to do. And when they do pick up small stuff or, they do lend a hand, there's no, like, reprimanding, there's no nothing. It's just like, hey, we're all in this together. It's a group fucking effort. I can see you guys are busting your ass. Like, there's nothing more that you can do. So let me help you grab this and, let's move the production along. I mean, even the producers and the APs that we work with, and I mean, all the way down to fucking clearance, when we're shooting in Hollywood and they're running around grabbing, forms for everybody to get clearance, like, they're doing a little bit extra. And I've never been on a set where there's that many people who are really about the cause or are for the production that much. Yeah. And I basically had to audition to get on this show because one of the PAs caught COVID And my friend is the someone I worked with on Shark Tank is the production manager. So he called me and he's like, yo, he's like, I know you don't want a PA anymore. He goes, I know you're going for AP. He goes, but this is an awesome set. I think you gel with everybody, and you know, I could really just use your help in a pinch. He's like, I just need you for a week. I'm like, oh, fuck it, let's do it. So I show up, and this is after being out of TV and film for over a year. I was like, I don't want to go back. This is gonna suck. Whatever. Let's just fucking do it. It's a paycheck. And I get on set. Everyone's fucking nice. I was like, God damn it. I was like, I wish this was longer than a week. So after I came home after the first day, I told Maggie, I was like, I'm gonna find my way on this show. I was like, I'm gonna figure it out. I was like, I've got the production manager is, you know, an acquaintance of mine. I was like, so I know I can make a big impact. And so I just went around. Awesome. And dude, I busted my ass that week. Like, I literally put on, I was doing the work of like 6 people. Like, no lie. Dude, the other 2 PAs that were on that show fucking made them look like nothing. Dude, they looked so bad.
I low key, it makes me feel bad when I make people look bad, but at the same time, it's like, oh, bro, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm out working,
dude. Like, this is my money. Don't fuck with my money.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, buddy, like, if you ain't gonna work like I work, then I'm gonna blow you away and not feel bad about it.
So I blew 2 PAs out of the water that were there for 3 months. They were there for over 90 days already.
Crazy.
And they didn't leave an impact. And I blew the whole, I mean, from audio to executives to field producers to location producers to clearance to the line producer. Blew everyone out of the fucking water. Wrote everyone thank you cards. Was like, yo, I appreciate you guys. Like, thank you so much. You know, I hope that I can come back in some facet. You know, let me know if you ever have an opening.
Yeah.
And the PM called me. He's like, after I worked that week, a few of the people kept texting. They're like, hey, we're going to try to figure out how to get you on the show. They're like, that was the smoothest fucking week we've had in 3 months.
Damn.
They're like, we definitely need you on here. They're like, you're much more than a PA, but if we can get you on here, maybe we can figure out how to move you up next season. They're like, deal. I'm fucking there. Yeah. I was like, I will eat shit for a year.
Yeah. If
there is some sort of, you know,
promotion
forward. I was like, you know, I'm not going to be making minimum wage forever.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too, is like when you're, even if that show was to not continue, which I highly doubt because Botch is a very popular show. I mean, I see the Film LA tags out here on our gates all the time, like for the spinoffs and stuff. And so, like, even if that show didn't get renewed, which I highly doubt, I feel like you've probably impressed and met a lot of people enough to get you a higher position somewhere else.
Yep.
Exactly.
And that was my whole goal. Was just like, hey, if it's not here, it's somewhere else. But I know I've made an impression on these people. So one of them ended up getting, one of the PAs ended up crashing a van, the lighting and cargo van. It's a big fucking, like,
it's the big ones, like the moving trucks, right?
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's the like the 18 pass van.
Oh, like the Mercedes, like the big Mercedes Sprinters.
Yeah, it's the long body XLT. Oh, no. She ended up. There's cameras all over this thing. It's from this other production company that just gives out lighting and grip trucks. There's cameras on front and back of the thing, and she hit a pole, lied about it, said a car swiped her. And then they were like, hey, like, everyone was genuinely concerned for her. I was like, hey, like, we'll find out who did this to you. Like, I hope you're okay. And they're like, all right, well, we're going to go check the cameras. And she's like, okay. They're like, is there anything you want to tell us beforehand? Like, was there, like, did you maybe accidentally hit that person? I was like, because we need to make a police report. Like, if someone did do a hit and run. And she just stuck with a lie. And they pull up the cameras, and dude, she just hit a fucking pole. Like, in the parking lot of their other office. So then they pulled the footage from the security cameras on the outside of the other office, and they match it up the time codes, and you just see her hit the fucking thing and then drag the whole side of the van, and then immediately call, because it records audio inside the van too, and she calls and just fucking lies about what just happened. So they're like, because you lied, we have to let you go. And they're like, we're sorry. Like, you should have just been honest with us.
She should have just said, I hit a pole, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and there wouldn't have been an issue. They have insurance on vans.
The most they would have made you do is file a report with them. Like, that's the most.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even have lost your job.
Yep. So she learned her lesson. She's on to better things. I'm proud of her. She's a production coordinator now.
Good.
She was a good PA. Now she's even better coordinator. But because she left, they called me. And I got my fucking in. And the other PA that was there, I just, he was good for like student films, but for the level of
intensity,
technique and intensity that you need for what we're doing here, he just didn't have that. So we were
that's a shame.
Unfortunately, they phased him out and brought in another one. And now dude, this thing is streamlined like a motherfucker. Like, everyone knows their position, everyone knows how to help and jump in on other people. Like, there's no more anticipating like what could happen. We're like already on it, 2 to 3 steps ahead of everything. And the executives are just like, damn it, they're like, we got to figure out how to keep everyone for next year. And they're already, obviously hasn't been greenlit just yet, but to have the executives already talking about like, okay, well, like, if we can move you guys up, they're like, we got to find a way to work with our PAs that we currently have, because working on a set, you have to be competent and you need to be about your money and find people that you can fucking trust and build with. Because that's who I found, like this group that wants to do the podcast. She is talking us up to all the executives. She's stepping in as AD on certain days. So we're trying to help her. So covering her coordinator shit to make sure like there's not a big gap in, leadership there. And like, everyone gets their lunches on time and their lunch orders are right and no one gets meal penalties. And, we're all stepping into these different roles so that we can all help lift each other up to that. And then that next level, which is minimum wage sucks. Consistent work is great, but minimum wage sucks.
For real, dude, it does. Or it's like, the thing I hate about LA is like, when you're at like I wouldn't say the amateur level, because we're not amateurs anymore. I would say more or less kind of when you get into the entry professional level, like the pay really sucks. But it's weird because you could either get a minimum wage job that gives you a shitload of hours, or you could get a job that gives you little hours that pays you a lot, but still don't make as much as the minimum wage. It's
true.
So it's like work like a slave and get paid, or
find something that's worth working hard for.
Yeah.
And
but you might struggle again with bills.
Dude, absolutely.
Yeah.
I started this in 2019. End of 2019, I started into this part of the industry. Prior to that, I was working with, music festivals, concerts, doing like weekly club night stuff, like working for different clubs, with, social media marketing and promotions and booking artists and, trying to figure out how to fill these event spaces. But I've done it. So now it's been almost 3 years. Obviously, the pandemic fucked up with a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
So that was like a little hiatus, but I still found other stuff to do. Just, being a runner for different shows. Finding a group that all wants to raise each other is huge. And also, finding other ways to make money, like on the side. Like, you really have to be creative. But I'd rather do this than work 9 to 5. I've worked the 9 to 5. I had a really great paycheck. I was making significantly more than I am now. And I was extremely unhappy. So I was like, I can work 5 to 10 years at this and be in a way better position, or I can force myself to do 5 to 10 years and be miserable and probably be even more unhappy. So I was like, fuck it. I guess film, TV is kind of dope.
Yeah.
I'll figure out how to make it work, because if you really like something, you make it work.
It's true. No, it is true. If you really love something, you'll find a way. Whether that be relationships, work, an idea, your invention, whatever. But no, dude, like, for real, I worked in kitchens before I came to the film industry. So I actually started in the film industry as like an extra. Everybody does. Cool. But like, I started in Portland, Oregon though in 2018.
Okay.
But I didn't work on a film set after that those 3 months
Mm-hmm.
because I was like one of their main extras.
Okay.
You probably haven't heard of it because it's like a teen show, but it's like called Trinkets on Netflix. But I'm in on the screen a bunch.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, I just like don't have any lines or nothing, but I'm in the background quite a bit.
You don't got your SAG credit yet?
Yeah, no. I only need like a few more. I think I only need like literally like a few more hours, and I could be like
badass.
Yeah, because I did a bunch of like short films and stuff the last few years too, and like I had gapped for like a year and a half after that because from that point I knew I wanted to do that, so I grinded for like a year and a half on like in the kitchen. Like before that I was working in the kitchen for years, but I just got multiple jobs, went to school full time, had work more than over full time, still went and worked out. Like I found a way for it, you know, and now that I'm in LA, like I kind of want to get back to that mode because now I need to kind of start at bottom again like
Definitely.
I was. So it was like I'm trying to reignite that craving in my body to just like go.
This is another time that we could talk about you know, more of this shit, but just really making a plan for yourself and being able to stick to that and allow yourself, you know, some wiggle room because things aren't ever gonna go. It's not a straight line to success. Like there's
if it's a straight line to success, you paid somebody to get there. Though.
Yeah, your mom and dad are probably helping you.
Yeah, facts.
But dude, like having the plan, you know, sticking to it the best you can, and you know, setting realistic goals for yourself, especially within this industry, are really important. And I think we could talk about that at another time. I would love to come back
for sure.
and we shoot the shit.
I mean, we could always like do a part 2. We just have to wait till tomorrow to like wait for my batteries to charge.
Oh, I feel you.
But we could definitely do a part 2 easily.
But yo, if you ever, I've got a bunch of people within the film and TV industry, you know, directors, showrunners, writers, as well as musicians and stuff. If you ever want to have them on here, all right, I'll like, easily set that up. I think they would enjoy it a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
They're all chill. They'll click.
Dude, the more honestly, dude. So right now, and I don't want my friends to get offended by this, but I'm kind of over like interviewing my friends, and I kind of want to move on to professionals. So yeah, I will take up that offer anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. And then once we start up our podcast, we'll have your ass on that shit.
Oh, please do.
We're gonna try to film like 3 episodes on like a weekend. Like I'll just bring a change of clothes and shit, run out a couple, and then build up once we have like 12 to 20 episodes. My friend Sarah Peterson, awesome director, producer, awesome. She's fucking sick as hell. She is gonna just edit everything.
That's awesome. Editing,
and she loves editing.
That's so crazy.
We have an AC. We have a cam op, AC. We have a couple music artists, and then people within like casting and travel that are all like, yeah, we'll jump on. We'll fucking love to do this.
Yeah, dude, send people my way, man, because like I'm in the crowd of like freshly out of film school people. You know what I mean? And so like my friends are professionals. Don't get me wrong,
dude. Homegirl, I would love again, Sarah Peterson. She's bad as fuck. She got, I think it was like $25 million. Fucking made this movie. Her and her friends. Fucking, I gotta find the name of it, dude. She's so fucking sick. She's Danish, and dude, like, she's a coordinator on our show, which is a huge like step down. But she's like, it's consistent work. She's like, I'm still working on my other shit. She's like, I'm just happy to be here. So I feel like I get to absorb so much from her.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome, dude.
By doing the podcast and you know, by talking to other people and just like picking her brain, dude, like it's a wealth of fucking knowledge.
Dude, that's why I love podcasting. Is like even today, like I learned so much about you. And so now going forward, like I feel like our connection will be much stronger.
For sure.
And then it's going to lead more to like the next episode because I'm bringing like everyone that was like in my first season, I plan on bringing back. You know what I mean? So like with them, like I learned a lot of things about them. So like it's the same with you. When I bring you back, I'll know a lot more about you. I'll ask you, you know, how work's doing and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'll know more up to your life. And dude, if you have anybody, I mean literally anybody, send them my phone number. Like you can hand out my phone number like candy.
Okay, yeah.
As long as they're not psychopaths.
No,
like you can hand it out
that
like
I know
candy. Like you can hand it out like candy on Halloween if you want to. Like I don't care as long as you trust them and you're good. I trust you. So I you know I would really appreciate that though.
For sure.
Yeah, man. I mean I have so much fresh blood of friends. So like if you guys are ever down on like the shows or anything, just be like, yo, I know a guy that knows tons of fresh blood.
Perfect.
Because, you know.
Dude, and that's
this is what networking is, guys.
Yeah, dude.
This is exactly what networking is.
The PA that we have on the show that we brought in recently, she's fresh out of college. She wants to be a cam op. So she went to school for cameras. She's down in Long Beach. Dude, she drives from Long Beach every fucking day.
Well, people are dedicated
to North Hollywood 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, to do this show. And sometimes she'll drive up. It's like on Tuesdays, she'll drive up to North Hollywood and then immediately get in a van and drive back down to fucking Newport Beach. Film all day for 12 hours. Drive back up North Hollywood, sit in all that fucking traffic at like 5, 6 o'clock, and then get in her car and drive back down. I'm like, dude, you've gone at least 8 hours in the car that day, plus working a fucking 12-hour shift. Like, it is insane.
Yeah, no,
she's just fucking committed. She's really excited, and I mean, I love having fresh blood. Like, they're a lot more optimistic about shit. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're right. I am thinking. I'm a little stickler about some shit. So thank you for, changing my mind on that or looking at it with fresh eyes or being excited about it, because then I can feed off that
That's
energy.
my thing, bro. Is like when I go on a set, nobody like that's not new to film. Nobody's excited anymore. No. They're just like, they hate
They're
it.
going to work. Dude, I literally feel like I'm at a fucking movie camp. Like in middle school, I'm like, I'm making reality TV with my friends. Like, this is sick. Like, I've never felt that on another
I literally
show.
just got to make that car blow up on purpose, dog. Like, you know how fucking cool that is? Shit man. Like that, dude. No, I love the film business. I'm so eager to get there because like
you're already there.
Well, yeah,
you're already in it.
I appreciate it.
You're already going.
I'm eager to like really get started after school though, because like the things I have up here, I haven't been able to execute because of school and that stupid ass schedule that they had me going on. So, now that I'll just have a job, I'm gonna be that like 80-hour a week dude, because like I love working. Like when I can actually work and get paid to work, I love working. Yep. Like I would work all day every day if I could. You know what I mean? So as long as I'm making money doing it, we're fine. I've been doing free shit for like the last 3 years. Done. Unless it's like my own projects or my best buds. But you know what I mean? Like, it's
good for the build up of the experience, but at some point you're like,
exactly.
I have the experience, you need to pay me for it.
It's like my resume for like assistant directing gigs. I have like 15.
Oh, that's good.
Under my belt. You know what I mean? So that makes my resume already like too, like I have to put my resume on a second page because I have to put all my other stuff down too. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so like, I don't know, man. It's good to network. It's great to get out there. It's great to just do random jobs like you're saying.
We should definitely talk about resumes next time I'm on here.
Oh yeah.
Because that's a lot of shit people don't understand.
Oh my gosh.
I have a story for next time, but yeah,
definitely. We will definitely.